Over here in the bottom left, the champion of the Star League Season 2. He is
Maru Prime.
His opponent up here, his opponent in the upper right, the only Zerg in this group, he is
Azubu Sleep.
Wow. All right, Tasteless. Of course.
How are you doing today, Artosis?
I actually have a little bit of a cold.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. I'm blowing my nose and taking some medicine.
Got a sore throat?
No, I don't.
That's good. That's actually the worst to have a
worst.
sore throat. I'm like, well, I don't know if I should come in here. This might be.
Yeah. But no, just a head cold. It's fine. But you know,
I'm sorry, man.
It's not perfect feeling.
Drink your orange juice. Get some vitamin C.
I brought some orange juice with me.
But there you go.
Yeah.
Taking care of yourself.
But how are you doing, Tasteless?
I'm good. I played Hearthstone all morning.
Nice.
Awesome game.
Yeah.
Artosis and I are the two chosen few.
The beta.
Yeah. We're the chosen
I was like,
ones.
yeah, no, we're just the chosen.
No, well, we are the chosen
attachment.
ones.
We're the chosen
Well,
ones.
we're the chosen ones anyways, but we also have beta keys. So,
yeah. Happy birthday to you, by the way, because I know you were born again when GSL opened up.
You cracked me up, Martosis. We actually just got back in town from Hong Kong.
Yeah, we did.
That was a lot of fun.
It certainly was. Fun trip down there for the Hong Kong First Esports Tournament.
Yep. Great event.
Yeah.
Great people working down there, and great games.
Yeah.
So, into this game now. We have the Terran going for a quick command center on low ground. Really highlighting that he's absolutely confident. There's no cheese headed his way. Or that there was no cheese. Now we complete.
Yeah, he was really
there
careful
clearly
about that. You know, he checked everywhere with that drone before he went down and scouted. So, Sleep a little bit afraid of such a thing.
Yeah. Now we got the barracks almost finishing up here. This is one of our newer maps here, Derelict Watcher. It's got a big open area, so you can do a lot of kiting with those Marines and Marauders.
Yeah.
It's stemmed up. As you can see here at the top, there's a small bridge as well as at the bottom. So it is possible for Zerg to try to counterattack to keep the Terran from pushing out too far as well.
Well, Maru right now scouting exactly what Sleep is up to, checks out the gas, realizes, okay, this looks like it's just going to be probably a quick speed, but the thing is the speed isn't upgrading quite yet, so that could throw him off a little bit. Like, are you saving this for a layer once I leave, or a Roach Warren perhaps, or are you just trying to make a few extra drones again, speed a bit later?
Yeah. Now we've got, Factory coming up here. Bunker at the ramp. Again, everything just very standard so far, guys. He wants to send these lings out just to see if there is any hidden SCV that's going to try to spot for the third base. When you see the Zerg get that third base, its general rule of thumb is that they're not going to do any kind of crazy all-in.
Yeah.
At least not yet.
In fact, that's one of the trickiest ways of doing all-in is if you take a third and they scout it and then you still do it.
Exactly.
Like a really quick one. But we see here, oh, look at this. Maru actually grabbing a couple more Raxes. So he's going to have a lot more units before that third command center and definitely can put on that extra pressure. We'll definitely see him move out for some sort of attack. But when I take a look at what Sleep's doing, he went immediately to 4 queens. So the creep spread's going to be pretty decent at least.
Yeah, and then this big open area in the map, that's going to be really helpful. Now the third base the Zerg wants to take, the third base that the Zerg wants to take is actually fairly disconnected from the second.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of different ways Terran can try to abuse the Zerg who tries to take that third base. Because that base is in some ways more exposed, especially when you get medevacs out. So you could push towards the front, pick up, and whether you go to the third base or into the main or something. Yeah. It's a lot of surface area that the Zerg is going to have to cover.
And that fourth base as well can be pretty tough. But, the same can be said if Zerg starts to get on the offense a little bit more. It's hard to spread your units right and protect all your bases as Terran as well. So we'll see how that works out. But I got to say, Sleep is playing one of the most careful games that I've seen, really. He's gone up to 5 queens. He's got his speed. He's just now thrown down that third hatch. And, I mean, he's even got an Overlord speed. So he's just watching out for anything Maru could do.
Yeah.
It almost feels like he's confident in the macro game. not taking any risks.
Got the Overlord coming through here. And I like the way that he's approaching that, by the way.
Yeah. It's always refreshing to see someone that's seen as a massive underdog play a very safe macro opening.
Yeah, instead of some weird impulsive play or, well, he's Maru, he's a champion. I mean, I gotta get my Banelings nest up right away and try to kill him.
I gotta take risks. Well, no.
Where can I hide my Nidus worm?
Indeed. Well, the 3 Queen's going to push these Hellions back while that Spine Crawler does come up. We do have the Baneling Nest on the way because the Overlord did scout that there were so many barracks early on. So we're going to see a lot of Zerglings being made pretty soon here, I think, Tasteless.
Yeah. A lot coming out of here. He's continuing to push forward. Excuse me, I got a tickle in my throat today. We got a lot of creeps going to get pushed out here with the Spine Crawler there in between the 2 bases. He's got to be careful. The Hellions could, if they really wanted to, run by into that main, but probably not going to happen because keeping the Hellions outside the front of the Zerg's base is going to be better for controlling the creep tumors, which are being pushed out very quickly here. Maru now moving out here, and he does have those medevacs.
He even has a Widow Mine in there, Tasteless. He really needs to start making a lot of lings. He is starting that now. 1-1 still on the way. I'm not sure that it'll be done before this first wave hits, but it'll be done pretty quickly thereafter.
Okay, he's going to come up here. Will he pick up? Okay, nice put. Whoa! Nice shot there on those Banelings. He can actually get the 3 that are morphing right now. Banelings now coming here, but nice splitting so far by Maru. Looks like he's going to be able to penetrate the 3rd. Again, a very spread out area there. Fanning out again here. Transfuse is thrown down on these Queens, but is it enough?
Well, he's killed off most of the units. I think it's been basically enough as we have these extra Zerglings pop out. They are going to clean this up. And although he did have to spend quite a few Lings and Banelings and a couple Queens, at least he's stopped this attack, and he does have the 3 bases. I actually kind of like the position that Sleep has gotten himself into. We have another,
we have reinforcements on the way here on the mini-map. An Overlord did spot it. We'll probably get a shot of that in a second. And these are full medevacs. He may keep half the units on the low ground, half on the high. Try to take out as many Banelings as possible. Sleep, though, is still morphing Banelings. The Spine Crawler not quite in range to assist here.
And it looks like he has more than enough. Has to pick up Maru running through with these medevacs, but he's not going to find anywhere that he can really drop, especially against these 1-1 Ling Bane.
Yeah, I like the technique that Maru's using here, but it's not going to garner him a victory today. So, the medevac, again, being chased out here. Maru's probably going to have to just stop harassing at this point in time. Sleep's defense is just too solid.
Yeah, it looks like that's just about over. And Sleep, even realizing this, throws up the Spire immediately.
Yep.
By the way, that Baneling speed, Tasteless, is going to be finishing up pretty soon. And with superior upgrades, Baneling speed finished, there's no way Maru's going to break him now. Maru really has to get into more of a macro game. But the thing is, that 3rd base that we were talking about before for Zerg, in a game like this, where Maru didn't get it quickly, it's going to be hard for him to hold on.
That is very true. Well, you know, Maru right now kind of staying with that classic Prime tactical style.
Yeah.
Engage, 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 engage. Sometimes even when I think even most experts would say this is an unwise moment to attack. He just controlled so well. So let's see if maybe he can use that to try to turn this game around. Right now, though, this is a very small army that is not going to do any damage, really.
Well, a couple Widow Mines out there. No, not really doing anything. Sleep is dealing with everything fantastically so far, Tasteless.
Yeah. And second drop, though, coming in here towards the main.
This could make up for everything else that's happened so far.
He's going to put him behind these minerals right now.
I don't know. Ooh, Widow Mines in there. That could actually help out quite a bit.
All right, missiles. Looks like he wants those missiles to fire, then he can drop.
Well, it got rid of most of the Zerglings there, so he's definitely have to send some more units back. More Zerglings coming up, but he's cleaning out this Queen, killing some drones off as well.
And it looks like he's done just enough damage here in the main to where he can start forcing the drones to evacuate. He may turn these medevacs around in the middle of the map and actually send them back towards the 3rd base. Again, it's a very tricky situation for both parties involved here.
Well, it looks like he finally cleans it up, Tasteless, but you know what? It's so funny, that Prime style you were talking about before, where you just kind of keep attacking. At first, it really wasn't working out, but then all of a sudden, Maru gets a couple good Widow Mine hits, does a nice drop behind the minerals, and now look at the supply. Maru has the lead and denies that 4th base.
All right. Mutas are now out, but that does not mean that the dropping is going to end necessarily here, because he hasn't been able to catch the medevacs when they're out of position. And there's another big attack coming up here from the south. And he may just use these medevacs to buy some time. A lot of Brains definitely have to deal with those mutas if they're not accompanied with those banelings and lings right now.
Well, it looks like he's going to be able to hold on down there, and in the meantime, the mutas did clean up the drop in his main base. Did take a Widow Mine hit, but it doesn't look like he... Oh, that's a big one, though. Ooh.
You know, it's so funny how this matchup works now, where when a few Widow Mine hits connect to the mutas are no longer useful, like we're going to see right here.
No. Yeah. Huge mistake there by Sleep, losing so many mutas. That was actually the biggest game changer right there.
That was. And now Maru, by the way, in a slight supply lead. This is going to be a little bit tricky here for Sleep. Now, Sleep does have creep over by where the 4th base would be, but Derelict Watcher is actually a weird map when it comes to expansion acquisition.
Yeah, it really
because,
is.
like, the 3rd's far away from the 2nd. The 4th base, depending on where you choose to take it, is far away from everything and everybody.
And nothing flows into the 4th. Like, you can't fluidly defend your... any base and the 4th base.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's one of these bases where, like, if you're Terran, you have to have a planetary there with turrets.
Yeah.
So that puts a weird burden on both players here. The mutas are going to be driven out here momentarily. But anyways, on to what we were saying, like, this may come to be a problem for Maru if somehow Sleep can drag this game out, because it's going to be hard for Maru to get the 4th. But, of course, Sleep would have to survive attacks like the one that we're seeing up here being pushed towards the main.
Well, this is a pretty big push coming in, but that is a lot of lings on the way, a lot of lings and banelings already out. We're going to have to see how good is the splitting of Maru here. And he's got a lot more supply, Tasteless. Oh my god, here we go. The banelings rolling in.
Whoa, nice splitting there. What?
Yeah.
That was like actually the Marines turned into... It was splitting in like every single possible direction. Like suddenly the banelings, GG. Suddenly the